Hello and welcome back to my channel. As always, I am Matt from Cleveland Sex Therapy. I'm a licensed clinical therapist and AASECT certified sex therapist. Today I am tackling another letter in my series of videos I am calling the Sex Alphabet. Each video I will take a letter of the alphabet, starting with A and working my way down to Z, and talk about a topic relating to sex and relationships. Today we are continuing with the letter C and talking about a really controversial topic, consensual non-consent. So let's start by defining this kind of kink. Consensual non-consent, CNC for short, refers to any kind of play where force, control, or coercion are consensually brought into the dynamic. This can include being physically overpowered, the use of force, or psychological tactics like mind games. While CNC may appear non-consensual in the moment, it is built on a foundation of explicit negotiation, trust, and consent. Consensual non-consent is not inherently abusive. Hear me when I say that. It is not inherently abusive because participants are given the opportunity to opt in and explore the possibilities of this kind of play. It is deeply consensual, with partners agreeing in advance to scenarios, boundaries, and safeguards. Importantly, CNC relies on the understanding that consent can always be retracted, even during a scene. However, like any kink, CNC can be abused if trust is broken, boundaries are ignored, or one partner manipulates the situation. Some individuals oppose CNC because they confuse it with actual harm or believe it perpetuates harmful stereotypes. Others may struggle with the idea of finding pleasure in something that seems inherently dangerous or taboo. However, this backlash is often rooted in a misunderstanding of the consent-driven nature of consensual non-consent. In recent years, CNC has gained visibility, particularly among women, as discussions about sexuality, fantasy, and empowerment have become more open. When asked specifically about sexual fantasies involving sex, 61% of people who identify as women, 54% of people who identify as men, and 68% of non-binary people said they fantasize about being forced to have sex. Some reasons for this rise include liberation through fantasy. Consensual non-consent allows individuals to reclaim control over scenarios that feel taboo or socially off limits. For some women, exploring power dynamics in a safe environment can be empowering. They report that it allows them the ability to be free of all of the responsibilities they may be holding throughout the day and just be able to give in to the fantasy. Another reason is the tension between the danger and safety heightens psychological and physical arousal for many participants. Fear and arousal are so tied closely together, releasing a lot of the same chemicals. Toying with the line can be very arousing for some people. Also, consensual non-consent challenges traditional gender roles and societal expectations of what women should want, offering space for authenticity and exploration. Women are just as sexual and kinky as men, so having them be into something that is considered taboo should not be so shocking. So why is it taboo? Well, that's pretty obvious. Consensual non-consent remains controversial and often misunderstood for a number of reasons. So let's look at a few of them. To outsiders, consensual non-consent can appear indistinguishable from actual harm, leading to fear, judgment, and stigma. When you are simulating non-consensual play, it can be very hard for people to wrap their heads around why a person would want to do that. In a society still grappling with issues like sexual violence and consent, CNC can feel like it trivializes or glamorizes these topics. Though in reality, it often does the opposite by emphasizing rigorous consent and communication. Remember, everyone involved is consenting to this. People with more conservative views on sexuality may see CNC as inherently wrong or harmful, further stigmatizing those who enjoy it. We have a saying to not yuck someone else's yum, but that can be really difficult here. Let's talk a little bit why you're not bad for wanting consensual non-consent. Fantasies, including consensual non-consent, do not determine your morality. Sexual desires and fantasies are complex and deeply personal. CNC is a valid exploration of sexuality when explored responsibly and ethically. Wanting to explore CNC doesn't make you bad, it makes you human. So if you are into this, just know that you are not alone as it continues to grow in popularity. If you're interested in exploring consensual non-consent, start with open, honest communication with your partner. Discuss boundaries in detail. Use a yes, no, maybe list to outline what you're open to exploring and what is off limits. Establish a safe word. Safe words are essential to ensure participants can stop the scene immediately if needed. Also, start small. Begin with scenarios that feel less intense to build trust and confidence before diving into more complex fantasies. One example would be starting slow with light dom subplay and seeing how that feels. It is also really important to practice aftercare. After the scene, debrief and care for each other emotionally and physically to ensure that everyone feels safe and valued. Exploring CNC requires trust, respect, and ongoing communication. When done with intention and care, it can deepen intimacy and allow partners to explore their fantasies in a safe, consensual way. But you want to make sure that you trust the person before engaging in these kind of sexual fantasies. All right, we can cross off another letter of the sex alphabet. How are we feeling? Ready to consent to consensual non-consent? I would love to hear your thoughts on this complicated fantasy. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more sex-positive content, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time.